Alright, so let's start with where I left off. Yeah, Gary Job Corps has its perks. It has its ups and its downs. Going back, I'm just recapping what I'm saying or what I said in the last video. It is what you make of it. Like, if you're going with the mentality that you're gonna try to do a side hustle, you can if you want. I know for a fact that they have some new policies probably. My friend Jabari, if you're watching this, you probably know a hell of a lot more what has changed since last time. Go clean, because if you don't, that just makes it's just gonna be a like how you say you're not gonna get weekend anytime soon if you go there dirty. Clean out your system. Drink a shit ton of water. Drink vinegar water. That helps. It'll piss it out right quick. There's a gym. That helps too. Yes, but I mean, go there clean. And I'm not sure how often they do dorm drug tests. I know that it was pretty bad at Zoo House. I'm not gonna say who sold it, because I honestly don't know. I just had a few friends that would get from them, you know. I did smoke on campus. I mean, I guess you could say I'm snitching on myself. It really doesn't fucking matter, because I'm not in the program. Yeah, so I got terminated like beginning of the year, like late January, probably late February. I can't fucking remember. It was over some stupid shit. I think I was gonna say it when I was in doing my other two videos, and I was supposed to do a follow-up video to that, why I got terminated. But I got terminated for saying some controversial shit, and I wasn't charged with anything. And this was when the previous director of the campus was there, Mr. Hall, which a big, mighty fuck you to you. I said I put something into lyrical terms. It was to a song called "Making My Way Downtown," but it was making fun of Nicholas Cruz, the shooter at the time. By putting those lyrics into it, and that was a week, probably like a month into it, and I got reported to the FBI. And Gary Job Corps being a federal, program, can take too long, and yeah, so fuck you to the person who to ruin my fucking life. I was about, if you're going there as a going there for a welding trade, or those who graduated and just watching my videos for whatever fucking reason. I was 3 days prior to my graduation, and whatever Job Corps counselors, instructors tell you, they're not going to graduate you for the sake of it, just to graduate you, they'll do it. Like, I wasn't even on my 3G, and that's a minimum that you need. And, I was doing my x-ray, I was doing my V-groove, and I was about to get my bent test done. But Mr. Hall decided to say, fuck you. And I know it might come off like I'm being petty, which, yeah, I'm petty as fuck, because I had a kid, I still have my son, and now I'm out here in Fort Stockton, Texas. Shout out to my friend Jordan. He's like a brother to me. Great hospitality. Shout out to my friend Ron. We're welding buddies. He's out there in Midland, not too far from here, just a skip stone ahead. But it is what you make of it. Right now, I have a job as I know it's kind of funny, because guys don't do this position that often in hotels. But I'm a maid. I only did it because I wanted to get close to some females, but majority of them are they're elderly and they don't speak a second language, meaning they primarily speak Spanish. But there's this fine, cute one. She went to a Job Corps, like I want to say somewhere in New Mexico or somewhere out here. I'm not sure if they shut it down. And that's about it. She's cute. I've only worked with her once. Forgot her name was like Anna or some shit. What else can I say? I did say in my previous video that I'm trying to join the Marines. Right now I'm just doing these jobs out here because I also got a position as a cook at a Sonic, which, you know, they start you off at $10.75, whatnot. I know in Pegasus, Texas, their Sonic, they start them off at $15 with a sign-on bonus of $1,000. I don't have my vehicle yet. I'm only doing these jobs until I can either get on as a roustabout with Ron or pipeline surveyor with my friend Jordan. That's about it. And even then, that's temporary until I can get all the major bills paid. What else? Shit, even some of the other jobs out here, they pay more than what the oil field jobs pay, which is surprising. What else can I say? If I'm being a heavy breather a lot, it's because it's fucking hot in here. I want to turn the window AC on, but I'm gonna do it because I'm sweating. Don't go there. Don't go to Job Corps at all. And I know I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't made these videos in a while. If you notice something wrong with my tooth, I had to get a new one. You know, I fell. And before you say, oh, this nigga got knocked the fuck out, no, I didn't. I have high blood pressure or some shit. I was stretching, passed out, hit my tooth on the tile floor at my house in Killeen. So I had to get a filler. I still think the dentist get me and just wanted to pull my tooth just for the fuck of it. But it is what it is. It's just a temporary tooth until I can actually save up money for the porcelain one. But what else can I say? I did say I was trying to lose the weight. For a moment after my last video, I just stopped. Like, I just got all depressed and shit, you know, thinking about like, well, I could have done this better. I couldn't have not posted that. But I mean, it's fucking life. So like, what do you expect? So right now, since I'm out here, like my job, I'm about to really just quit the fucking Super 8 maid job at this point and just work with Sonic, and just do that for a while until I can get on with any of these other companies. And if I do say a lot and y'all just annoyed by the sheer fuck of it, I'm sorry. And that too. I'm just at a loss for words right now. My girl, if you're probably watching this, I'm sorry, Jenny. But I had to take a job out here because in Killeen, they don't pay worth a damn. Because it's Fort Hood. You know, you got all these kids out of high school. They want to hire high school kids. They don't want to hire older people that have fucking priorities to take care of. But, you know, what are you going to do? Go where the money's at. It's called a grind for a reason. So I'm still, you know, it's a 4-mile walk from my job actually, and sometimes I'll run it, sometimes I won't. Like just the other day, it was my off day, and I had my steel toe boots on like a dumbass, and I was walking for a mile, 4 miles actually. So it gives me a chance to sing, whatever. Singing is like my side passion. I suck at it. I'm just practicing my vocals at this point. Yeah, it's supposed to be a part 3, and me being me, like, I'm gonna be all over the place. If you made it past the first 2 videos, I'm all over the place. And if y'all subscribed because of my personality, well, thank you. You know, any more questions, you could always personally message me, either my email which is in my channel, or you can message me directly on what is it? My Instagram. My Instagram name is that MexiManWhore guy. MexiManWhore_guy. I had one gentleman. I think I'm not gonna say his name, but I messaged him, and I'm sorry if I never got you those pictures of the welding facilities. I'm not sure if you're attending, Gary, or whatnot. But you're more than welcome to call me on Instagram. If you message me on my email, I'm not going to give you my number just out of, just sheer concern. I don't want fucking spam calls. If you're at Job Corps, by all means, if you don't have a license, get your fucking permit, get your fucking license. If you have to lie to the driving instructor, hey, you just finished your course, say it's welding, and she'll believe it. If you switch trades, wait 2 weeks prior. I know this is bad info, but I've given it some thought. If you could always go to to the clothing where you get your uniforms when you first get there, and ask for a set of uniforms. If they don't give it to you right away, ask somebody that you're really close with that has that trade, and they can get you some scrubs or something. I had a buddy in academics. He was a welder, but he was wearing scrub uniforms because he had full-time academics. And, you sweat, So, as long as you're in that uniform, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. As long as you're in your trade uniform during trade hours, they don't give a shit. Like I said, there's BPL Plasma, where if you need money because the Gary checks just don't cut it, Google it. Don't ask me. I had one person in the comments ask me, where's the BPL Plasma Center? You got a fucking smartphone for a reason. I'm not trying to go off on you, my guy or girl. I mean, if you're watching it on YouTube, Google it. To my knowledge, they had a special going on. Like your first 4 visits, you get $50. So that's $200 right there. Now, how you decide to choose? How do you choose to spend it is totally on you. But if you have kids, do the responsible thing. If you have a baby mama, don't send it to her. Send it to your grandma, whoever the fuck's taking care of your kid, because they will have more of a lick of sense of what to do with it. Don't fuck Gary hoes. Plain and simple. These females at Gary, I never personally fucked with one because I was in a relationship and I've been out the game. Some of y'all guys might understand that. Some of you girls might understand that. But I was just too lazy. I didn't really want to fuck with any Gary. I just didn't want to deal with the unnecessary drama, I guess you could say. I really don't have nothing to say. I posted on my Instagram saying that it's gonna be out Sunday, Saturday. Right now I'm kind of going through a depressed phase right now, I guess you could say. It's I'm not finding any joy in anything really. I'm not on some fucking emo shit where I'm gonna go kill or cut myself. I've never been that type of person. It's just don't have a fucking kid, because it's just unnecessary responsibilities that you shouldn't have to deal with at your age. Now, if you're of the mindset, and I'm going to say some controversial shit, if you get a girl pregnant, get her. Don't take this word for word, and I do not endorse it by any way. Slip a fucking plan B in there. If you know you're going to fucking come and you know you're not going to pull out. But most times, she'll be okay as long as you have it. And if you're gonna fuck a girl on campus, or in general, make sure you carry at least one Plan B pill with you in your wallet or whatever. Just on the off case you do get lucky and you don't pull out. You don't want to deal with that. Constant bitching. My girl, she doesn't bitch at me. It's just she's just bitching at me at the point where I took a job somewhere else where I needed higher paying money, so I could send. I need to get those two vehicles that are one needs a whole new set of tires because I would have drove it down here, but I mean I'm not gonna drive a whole day's worth all the way out here to basically El Paso and get a flat. The brakes are shot. And you get new pads. Tires themselves cost around $500, $400 if I can get a good deal. And brakes, I want to put new brakes and rotors on, but it just needs pads. And, her Jeep is in the shop. I owe about $1,200 on that, so I'm looking about being out here for about a year before I can even join the Marines. And going back to the Marines is I did say that in my last video. The recruiter that I talked to prior, I forgot his name, but he was like, you need to go down to like 160. I was like, no, I'm basically starving myself at that. But the other recruiter, because I guess they fluctuate, but they keep the same phones. He said I have to weigh at least 190, so I could do that. Last time I was in Walmart, I opened one of their scales and weighed myself. I was like 267. That's with my steel toe boots off. When I left Gary, I was around 220. So between the walks from here to work, I get a ride really. But coming back from work, I could probably drop that off. And on my days off, I could probably manage to work out. Like today, I was working out. I had my pre-workout, my Monster protein thing, whatever I got from the dollar store. Normally it helps. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just in a funk. To be truthfully honest with you, I didn't even want to do this video. I just did it just for the fuck of it, really. I have nothing better to do. I said I was gonna do it like a month prior, 4 months prior, like in early June or July or some shit like that. Never got to it. I mean, if you know anybody who's going to Gary Job Corps, or if you're staying there for another trade, by all means, just like, subscribe, share. Whatever YouTube person really would say nowadays. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to hit the damn bell icon. And going back to another reason, I just don't post on here because it's not giving me... I don't know if I have to have a certain amount of subscribers before I can monetize, but it's not giving me the option to monetize. Granted, Gary Job Corps, they receive a shit ton of students per year, so I could make a few more videos on it and probably monetize that depending on subscribers that I get. I do plan on doing a video with Jabari about Job Corps, since he stayed there longer than I have. He stayed there for a whole year. Listen, if you're gonna stay there for a whole year, make sure you save your PTO days off. Your PTO days. It's paid time off, really. You get paid, trade hours, whatever. Yeah, just save them. There's one hotel. It's called the Shiloh Inn. I know their prices for a two bedroom room is like $50. It's the cheapest motherfucking hotel in that fucking town. I'm not sure if they're still at that price anymore. But it is what it is. I'm over here. I want to make a little bit more money. Try to save up some money. Probably just gonna have to get a fucking cash car, really. Other than that, if you want to message me, go ahead, message me. Preferably on Instagram. Other than that, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. It is what it is. It's fall. It's going into winter. When it gets cold out there in San Marcos. When it rains, it floods, especially on campus. If you are going there, I highly advise you, and I should have started this off in the video, get some waterproof boots. You know, if you don't get if you get Gary Tim's, go to Walmart. Normally, when you get there, anyways, you're gonna be having your Gary Tim's if you're a hard trade like carpentry, cement, whatever. They give you these Gary Tim's. You go to Walmart, they give you $20, give or take. They give you $20, and then you have that stupid test that you have to take when, like, the same week you're there. If you fail, you don't get shit. If you pass both of them, you get $20. So that's potentially $40 right there. Don't go. If you're a smoker, don't go be buying a pack of fucking cigarettes. Like I said, get yourself some boot spray that will waterproof your Gary boots. Because if you're walking through grass, you're gonna get soaked anyways. When you do go to Walmart, take a book bag with your shoes, and your spare set of shoes, and because when you spray them, because they're not going to allow you to walk on campus with that spray because it's out of conduct. But you're going to want to spray them really good. I don't care, soak them hoes. If it smells really bad, who gives a fuck? Because, you know, you're taking it to the bus. You're getting on the bus anyways. You have to let your boots sit for about 24 hours to 48 hours. You know. So when you do get to your dorms, you can always just leave your boots to soak anyways, like to set, because you're gonna be on weekend on exploring the campus. Good spots to make out. Behind the wellness center. If you're really feeling ballsy, go to the maintenance. But you know, like I said, fuck it. You know, I'm not a Gary Job Corps. These fuckers haven't sent me my appeal letter. So, if I'm going to be a bad influence, I'm going to give you some good pointers. If you're trying to have sex on campus, I'm not sure if Africa's still there by the maintenance building. Anyone that's at Africa or just got to Africa, please tell me in the comments. But, yeah, go to the maintenance center at night. But don't go in fucking packs. Normally they keep those big ass trucks open. They keep them unlocked, really. Not the actual main hatch, but the sliding doors. I did tell somebody about it when I was on campus, but they probably got caught anyways, because, you know, word of mouth spreads pretty quickly. Go to the gym. They just got new equipment last time I was there. If you were there in the summer, they had the swimming pools open. Like, make sure you get their cleaning period times of when they chlorine the pools. My friend Jabari told me that what they do is people like to have sex in pools, which you know you really can't blame them. If you're gonna window hop, you know, window hop, okay? Make sure you're cool with your roommates about it. Get a schedule of when to window hop. Now, to you Gary girls out there, I'm not gonna call you Gary hoes yet. Don't be so demanding of your nigga, alright? And a lot of y'all guys are gonna give me flack for saying the N-word. Alright, I don't give a fuck. It's 2018. You got gay people having sex, and you got y'all support what, 6ix9ine, and he's a fucking pedophile. Who gives a fuck? If you're gonna window hop, let your guy window hop. And don't be going in the mentality that, oh, you want a relationship because you ain't gonna fuck no. Listen. Your only relationship at Gary is just a fuck, really. Now, if you somehow fall in love, it's not going to last forever. Very few couples do manage to make that work. Don't get pregnant. If you're going out off parties with your friends, and you wind up having an orgy, and you don't know who the fuck the kid is, and you think it's your boyfriend, 9 times out of 10, it's probably not your boyfriend. It's the guy that you fucked in your little party. It's just plain and simple. Now if you fuck a white dude, now that's gonna fucking show. Or whatever opposite of your skin tone, it's gonna fucking show. Uh, like I said, they do sell. I'm not saying who, because they're probably not there anymore. If you're getting a blunt on campus for like $15, some say it's a good deal. But there's some skinny ass blunts. Now, if it's about full the size of the swisher, like before you empty out the tobacco, they might charge you 25, maybe 30, because it's a lot of weed. You might need 2 swishers just to get it around, unless you're really good at rolling. I'm not good at rolling. I prefer to smoke out of a pipe. But I haven't smoked in a while, so yeah. I mean, I really can't think of anything else right now. I'm just doing this because, like I said, I'm basically doing a half-ass presentation of like what to expect. If you want anything sincere, watch my last 2 videos. It might be another 5 months, it might be a week, it might be another month before I actually upload again to this channel. Like I said, I really have no incentive to do it. I'm gonna save up for an Xbox One. But by the time 2019 comes or starts, the new Xbox is gonna be out, because E3. Any of you gamers out there know E3's around the corner. They're gonna launch the new PS5, the new Xbox, whatever they're called, whatever, you know. I'm not getting an Xbox One, I'm getting the Xbox One X. So if you do want to follow me on Twitch, my Twitch name is Gabe, lowercase g, .8906. That's my Twitch. I might just do live commentaries. If y'all do want me to do live commentaries about Job Corps on Twitch, I could do that. But like I said, even my Twitch hasn't given me anything to where I can monetize. You know, I know you have to establish. You just can't go right out the gate and try to get money. It's not how it works. Anything else that I could add, really? If you don't like the shit I post on Instagram, you don't have to follow. If you're just going there to ask me questions, ask the questions. I don't care. Some of my shit is funny, I guess. If you have a sick, dark sense of humor or mild humor, I have a little bit of everything. I don't do meme videos because I just don't really care to. Yeah, if you know someone who's going to Job Corps, especially Gary, send them my videos, because there's not really a whole lot on Gary Job Corps videos, really, so I'm kind of trying to get a hold of that market. I just, you know, bit the ball a little and just didn't post for a while. Right now I'm going through a little, like I said, I'm going through that phase right now where I just, like, what's the fucking point? I have 2 dreams in my life, really, at this point. Join the Marine Corps and own a Corvette. Specifically a Z06 Corvette, Summit White, or a Grand Sport Z06. I mean, not a Z06. The Grand Sport has the Z06 handling package, but with the stock engine and transmission. But those are my really only 2 dreams. A little background on those dreams. I was diagnosed with bipolar at the age of 7, and I was always through in and out of medical fields. Not medical fields, but like hospitals. At least up until I was 12 or 13. Once high school started for me, around my sophomore year, I just stopped taking the medications, and I did good. And I've been off those medications for my bipolar since I was 16 or 15, really. I'm 22. Talked to my recruiter about it, because I know they have if you haven't been diagnosed with bipolar or something about it, if you can get a reversed diagnosis, and it's for the Army. Now every branch is different. I talked to my recruiter about that. He was like, so why do you want to join the Marines? I need the structure. I'm going to be straight, you know. Marines can make me a better man, I'm willing to put in that effort for it. You know, I really don't want to. No disrespect to anyone who's joining the Army or who's in the Army. Jesus, my dad, he was in the Marines. You know, took a toll on my mom and their relationship. So he joined the Army, moved to Texas. And the Army just, they treat their people like shit depending on what you do. My dad, he didn't really specify what he did. All I know is that he trained with scouts and he was an amphibious mechanic. And, you know, scouts are basically, you know, the special forces of the Marines. You know. But I'm gonna go. We'll call it a day. I'm probably gonna post this later. I've got to make the thumbnail. But, you know, follow me. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. If you got your criticisms, tell me in the comments. If I heart it, I take it to a sincerity point. You know, it's a 30-minute video. I give it to you straight. I don't filter, I don't cut it out. I just leave the bullshit in, really. It's whether you want to decipher through it all or not.